بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, dear attendees, excellencies, distinguished attendees, peace be upon you all. I'm very happy to welcome you all here in the forum events in the first day of this forum that organized by the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Knowledge Foundation and cooperation with UNDP to have a platform for enhancing the partnerships of knowledge and highlighting the success stories, knowledge-based informations and others, locally, regionally, and internationally, and to encourage the youth creators to enhance the rule of knowledge and to accelerate the development process and for the knowledge transition.
Ladies and gentlemen, peace, mercy, and blessing of God be upon you. At the outset, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the activities of the first day of the Youth Knowledge Forum, which is organized by Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Knowledge Foundation in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme. To provide a platform to enhance knowledge partnership, shed light on scientific, knowledge, and intellectual success stories, locally, regionally, and globally. The forum is intended to motivate young innovators to navigate knowledge challenges and play a leading role in accelerating the pace of development of knowledge transformation.
أكيد نحن سعداء بوجودنا.
Sure, we are very happy to welcome you all. I'm very Samra Nagmi from Abu Dhabi Media, and I'm very happy to be with you today to introduce the forum.
السيدات والسادة.
Dear distinguished, this forum become a platform to emphasize the knowledge as one of the key elements for development and to enhance the role of youth and that will enable them to achieve their goals and enhance them for creativity and also spread the knowledge between the community members.
Take the chance to introduce myself. My name is Abdullah Al-Ghamdi from Abu Dhabi Media, and it's a pleasure to be with you around these 2 days of this amazing forum. The Knowledge Forum constitutes a platform to underline the importance of knowledge as a pillar of development, develop the capabilities of young people, motivate them to achieve their knowledge aspiration, and encourage them to continuously innovate in the area of knowledge dissemination and conveyance.
نبدأ جلسات اليوم الأول من.
We start our first session of this forum with the first session for highlighting the session for the awardees and for shed light on the achievements leading to the winners to being awarded with us. Dr. Cheng Yang, the professor from the Chinese Academy for Science and the Chinese the Center for Disease and Protection and Shanghai Public Health Center. Contessa Francesca Cassin, the head Lindown president of the conference for the Nobel Lieutenant, and Dr. Saad Nabin from Mohammed bin Rashid for space, and moderated by our Nishao Dawush, Sky News Arabia moderator.
The Youth Knowledge Forum with the first session, which is dedicated to the recipient of the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Award. It discusses the winner's work and achievement in the field of knowledge. Dr. John Yung Jin, a professor at the Chinese Academy of Science, the Chinese Center of Disease and Control Prevention, and the Shanghai Public Health Clinic Center. Contessa Francesca Castel, head of International Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting, His Excellency Salim Al-Marri, Director General of the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. The session will be moderated by Micha Jawich, a news anchor at Sky News Arabia.
I'm going to sit here. Thank you. Please have a seat.
Okay, please. Thank you.
السلام عليكم جميعاً ومرحبا وأهلا وسهلا فيكم. سعيدة وفخورة جداً إني عم دير هيدي الجلسة الحوارية، وخصوصي إنه أنا جاية من مؤسسة شكراً لهالمنظمة إنه وثقت فيها، مؤسسة سكاي نيوز عربية. 3 إنجازات عم بيتكرموا أو 3 مكرمين نيابة عن منظماتهم عم بيتكرموا معنا. I'd like to congratulate you on your accomplishments.
سعيدة بأن تكون موجودة معنا هنا وحصولكم على جائزة محمد بن راشد للمعرفة، وسعيدة بوجودكم معكم، والكلمة لن تكفي ولن تكون لها صدى أكثر من أفعالك.
أستاذ سالم المري، مدير عام مركز الفضاء، مركز محمد بن راشد للفضاء. بدأت فكرة مسبار الأمل، كانت هي فكرة قبل أن تكون حلم، نحكى فيها من 8 سنين من قبل صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد المكتوم، وتحققت. ومش بس مسبار الأمل تحقق ووصل إلى المريخ، إنما أيضاً الإمارات حققت إنجازات. بين الحضور في شباب كتير، يمكن في رياديين، يمكن عندهم أحمال تحقيق أعمال. شو بتقول لهم؟ أهمية التمسك بالحلم وبالأفكار، إنما عبر المعرفة.
مشكورة أختي ميشا، وشكراً على الاستضافة والجائزة. ونيابة عن المركز طبعاً أشكر مؤسسة محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم للمعرفة على الحدث اليوم. وطبعاً مثل ما تفضلتي أختي ميشا اليوم.
As you have mentioned by Misha, this proposed or this mission started with an idea, but it was a dream. Any dream without a strategy, without a vision, a clear vision, this will stay as an idea, a dream not achievable. But we learned from this project and from our leader, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Yes, it's good to have ideas, dreams, but also we have a clear vision, a clear strategy, a comprehensive strategy to achieve this dream. So if I want to talk about the Hope Probe, I would start from maybe 8 or 9 years, but the very idea was launched by Dr. Muhammad, our Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, when he launched it and established the center. The center was established in 2005 and was one of the first engineers joining this center. And the idea and the concept, we say we want to join as a technique or as a state or a country to use technology, not innovate technology. So we started in this center. Why not as a country, as Arab youth, to what is called have a space projects? And so this is the core point. Then we started with Khalifa Sat, and we have the Hope Explorer, and then the next week we'll say the Marsh surface. So this is the strategy, a long-term strategy. And you see investment. The investment is starting from the leader, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, then starting from the application or implementation. Thank you, Katasel.
Lindau Meetings Foundation. I did my research. I read a lot about it, but in a simple way, in foundation, where did this innovative idea come from, and why did you decide to push youth and young scientists and make them meet Nobel laureates, more than 50 maybe, once a year? They spend 1 week in Lindau City and they mingle, they chat, and they maybe exchange knowledge and experience.
Well, in fact, it was, imagine if you would be a young scientist and you dream of your career in research and you read about all those heroes in books.
I wasn't good enough in math.
Neither was I, but I still can imagine how it would be. And then you just read about them. You read about all the research they did. And how would it be for you? What would it mean? Which chance would it be for you just to meet them in person, just to discuss with them your research problems, your career, what you are heading in life, the problems you have, the problems you face in research. And the idea is really for young people to meet their personal heroes, their research heroes in person. So there are 600 young scientists selected from all over the world to come to Linda for 1 week, because it's really a week where they meet and talk and have discussions and lunches and walks and whatsoever. And so they really can talk about everything. And this week is a life-changing experience for them.
Anyway, we're going to watch a video, a short one,
Yes.
to explain more, to show the audience what is it about. Can we please play the video?
To be able to exchange what everybody's working on, and knowing all these people personally, you can build this lifelong lasting network.
Nobel Prize winners brought together here on this beautiful island, the opportunity to listen and learn from the life experiences of winning a Nobel Prize. I can't think of another place where you'd experience this as a young scientist in your lifetime.
It's supporting the future of science by supporting students to come here. Many of them will become the future leaders in science, in academia, in industry.
Apart from this meeting, it's very difficult to interact with such different creative minds. Idea hits you at some point, you never know it's going to change your life. So Lindau is a life-changing experience.
What I see here is talented young people having the time of their lives and getting to know each other, all in the name of science. And we need more of that to move our world forward.
Very interesting. Thank you for those 2 minutes. I think your foundation is doing a lot for young scientists. Anyway, we're going to develop more our discussion. I'll go to you, Dr. Chong Yong-jan. Excuse me if I'm misspelling your name or mispronouncing it. So, you're a genome sharer. It started on January 3rd, 2020, when the pandemic hit around the world, when you first received a metal box where inside there were swabs from a patient coming from Wuhan, suffering a peculiar pneumonia maybe, and you started seeking to set the record straight. Tell us about this experience, especially that now we're almost like without zero mask maybe, if I'm not mistaken. We can say like we got over the pandemic, or maybe you are warning from different diseases, just like you said, if we don't overcome this disease, which is COVID-19, the humanity will suffer another. That was a warning from you back in 2020.
Many thanks for pride to me. So for me, I think I just have done what I should do, because as you know that I entered into China CDC in 1998. From then, my work have mainly about the control and prevention of the zoonotic disease, including rabies and hemorrhagic fever, and do a lot of work about the identification and the characterization of the novel virus. So my dream is how to predict the emerging infections. We want to know the next pathogen. Even so, we don't like their appearance in human, but we don't know less about the virus. So following the environment, changing environments, ecology, and the human society, even so, we don't like their appearance in human, but certainly they will appear maybe 1 year later, 10 years later. So my dream is how to predict next emergencies. So we want to...
Which happens through knowledge that we're here for today in this forum, right?
Yeah. So that is I want to first to how to identify them in nature and how to characterize them So if we couldn't know much better and on a better understanding their ecology, their relationship with known virus and with known pathogens, and know their dynamics in nature, maybe in the future we couldn't predict next emergence accurately. But I think at present we can't realize the goal soon because we know less. But I believe we certainly couldn't do, because you can compare today's weather forecast with those 10 years ago, 20 years ago, half a century ago. You will find now weather forecast become accurately.
Yeah.
So I think we certainly couldn't realize the goal, but maybe not very soon. My another thinking is that even we couldn't predict emerging infectious disease very soon, we can realize the aim when a novel disease appeared.
Yeah.
We couldn't immediately identify the etiological agents. If we couldn't immediately identify etiological agents and couldn't make the correct judgments and put forward right control and measures, I believe the disease.
Maybe the video we're gonna now play is gonna explain more about all those scientific, complicated ideas you're trying to explain.
Good. Hello, everyone. I'm Zhang Yongzhen from China. Over the past 2 decades, I mainly worked at China CDC in Beijing, and then have worked at Fudan University in Shanghai since 2020. To better understand the picture of virus origin, evolution, and transmission, and to identify etiological agents and predict emergence of infectious disease like weather forecast, we have set up a small surveillance network consisting of local CDC, hospitals, and other institutions in China. Through the network, we have collected lots of animal, environmental, and human samples. And we have also established the protocols pathogen finding. Known and unknown pathogens were screened in these samples. Remarkably, more than 5,000 new viruses have been discovered, including the significants such as Jinmen virus, Chu virus, and Qin virus. Importantly, the newly discovered RNA virus not only fill the gaps in virus evolution, but also indicate that all RNA viruses have a common ancestor and a long evolutionary history, and they are an integral part of the ecosystem. Our findings in virology are committed to reshape the RNA virus field and change virology. When COVID-19 emerged in Wuhan at the end of 2019, one sample from a patient with severe pneumonia was collected in Wuhan by our partners and sent to our lab on January 3rd, 2020. Based on our long-term works and understanding of virology and infectious disease, we immediately start to screen and identify the etiological agent. Within less than 40 hours, we obtain a whole genome of the virus. According to our analysis of the viral genome, is in relation to the known pathogenic coronaviruses and clinical features of the patient, I made the following judgments. The etiological agent of pneumonia in Wuhan is a SARS-like coronavirus. It's a novel coronavirus in taxonomy. The virus transmitted through respiratory tract. And the disease will be more severe than high pathogenic avian influenza. Immediately, we reported our result and judgments to the related governmental
departments in Mali, and suggest that preventive and countermeasures should be taken in public, and antiviral treatment should be employed in clinic. In addition, we deposited a genome sequence in NCBI in the afternoon. Considering it's possible that the virus will cause a global pandemic, we share the viral genome to the world in the morning of January 10th. It's believed that identification and genome release of SARS-CoV-2 has established the foundation for the development of detection and vaccine. The day that we shared the viral genome was considered a turning point in the global fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
Mr. Salem,
Mr. Salem, the Hope probe was an achievement not only for the United Arab Emirates, but also the MESPAR or the probe sends information and knowledge, and not only will send it to more than 200 scientific centers. This have been focused by the United Emirates to share the knowledge without any fees. So we are in in this session and the forum. Do you think this kind of the exchange of information without any compensation, do you think this will be very critical for the advancement for the space and for the meteorological space? And you see, we have more than 5 countries reached the Mars. Some of them have reached from the first time. Before sending the cybersecurity about the cyber information and about the information about this center, and we say here we have 2 factors. We have 2 factors for success. We have youth. This center is a youth-based center. When we talk about the employees, average age is more than 200 engineers are Emirates. And the average age is 27 years, so they are youth. So the energy of youth who take us to Mars. And the second factor, we have the empowerment from the leadership who entrust in the youth, and we say usually the knowledge. We have program knowledge or knowledge programs, and also giving the opportunities for youth. You know, many big entities didn't give this opportunity for youth. Yes, I agree with you, giving them the opportunities and empower them, and also empower them with knowledge, as we are here because we want to invest in youth. We have this is our strategic goal, to invest in knowledge, and we delegate engineers for long periods. Some have visited Korea to 10 years, do you think? So this is a kind of exchange of information and knowledge. And we talk about knowledge here, and to transfer knowledge and to keep it and to protect this knowledge, and also the power of the youth, and also the giving them the opportunities. What about the investment? We can say any person with us today here on this earth, they use data or use data from space. So we use it on daily basis, like navigation to reach a certain place, and also the maps, and also satellites to investigate or broadcast the weather, and this is a daily basis consumption. What about the Hope probe? And also we have a scientific based information that can reach to a certain places, and you have said more than 200 universities and entities benefit from this data received from our probe. And this is a kind of a platform can download the data. Certain people, a certain youth can analyze this information based from the Mars service. So this is a good opportunity for the Arab youth and the global youth to benefit from this opportunity. Dr. Fresca.
Young people and Nobel laureates, this difference between generations, And when they spend time together, how do this contribute to the consolidation of new concepts and new beliefs, not only scientific beliefs? We're talking about knowledge, experience, development, innovation, experience, all of these concepts. Are they applied at that foundation whenever they meet during 1 week in Lindau?
They are, in fact. Sorry. You know, we have alternatively meetings next year. It's medicine, the year afterwards is physics, and then it's chemistry. So if you come there for a medicine meeting, you think it's medicine, but medicine is a huge field. So it's not really, they're not focusing on one theme. So everybody has to be very open. Everybody has to be open in science, but in person too, because they're coming from all over the world. You have people coming from all corners of the world, and they come there, they don't know each other. So when they meet, they have 1 week to get to know each other. So it's the second they arrive, they start dating in a way. And they meet, the young people, they meet themselves, but they also meet the elder ones. So we really try to get, to break through the borders of generations, of cultures, of religion, of whatsoever, of science, even science. So it plays a crucial role in Lindau to get education from all kinds of things. It's not only focused on science, because we're not one of those typical conferences where you have one theme in science.
There might be young scientists here. Maybe if you'd like to invite them there.
I can highly recommend it. It's wonderful.
Dr. Jung, is there any place for fear, reluctance, or hesitation in spreading knowledge? Or whenever we know anything that might be risky on humanity, we should directly spread it, even if it might be wrong, even if it might cause misunderstanding or any misconception?
Pardon, because my lineage is not very well, so
I have to repeat.
I can't understand. I couldn't understand his meaning, her meaning. Could you repeat it?
No.
Could you repeat?
I repeat? Do you want me to repeat?
Please slowly.
Is there any place for fear in spreading knowledge?
Yeah. I think it's a very good question. It's also very good topic. As the world development and the human development, knowledge is power. Knowledge can change the world. Knowledge can change the life of everybody's life. So I think especially for me, my major is infectious disease. Infectious disease is not just in one country, in one nation, it's the whole world. So if in China have some wrong things like the infectious disease, maybe can infect others people in other countries. So for infectious disease, like others knowledge, philosophy, science, so should be shared the world. So for infectious disease, all people in the same front, so we should share the knowledge. So I think it is very important for young people couldn't be involved in the public health, and more young people, especially low talents, young people couldn't come to basic life science. So compared with others, science like physics, chemistry, maybe in basic life science we know very less. So only young people, young talents can do more. Maybe the world could become much better and better.
Mr. Salim, يعني لنضلنا بإطار الحديث عن المعرفة، يمكن أول عن مسبار الأمل كتير طلع ألقاب عليه، titles، صفات، كان في.
If we started talking about Mars probe, there is impossible a challenge, and this is a challenge will not be achieved. As for probe, Mars probe. As we know, if we know this is, if we know there is more countries get shocked if they don't know this is actively. In this space science, if we can have this share knowledge, if we have specific hope and dream to be achieved, if we are available to have positive of this mission or this a project for the moon. Are you able to give explanation about this project? The nature of having reaching space depending on discovery. This is there. We don't have fear to have this step. We started our mission to Mars with the aim to have to acquire new knowledge, to acquire new horizon. This is a project started in 2020 and reached to Mars 2021. This is the circle for this development is continuous. We have more projects. In this year, we have a project for discovering the moon. We will have a project for discovery the moon to have discovered the other galaxies. Today, we provide quality. We reach points that never discovered before.
So what is the importance of being nominated, then winner of this award, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Knowledge Award? What is the importance of being honored in UAE, you coming from a European country, dealing maybe like there are contributions between Switzerland and the US in the foundation, probably the founders, and the fundraising you do doesn't come from an Arabic country. So what is the importance of this award that aims to encourage those working in knowledge fields just like yours with scientists and young people and Nobel laureates?
Well, I'm convinced, in fact, that we need knowledge all over the world and we need global knowledge. So it doesn't help to have Nobel Prize in Stockholm or to have the best universities in the US, because we saw the virus coming from China and we have to solve problems we all face globally, and we will only solve problems by knowledge. And we will only solve those problems by knowledge if we treat them internationally. And for us in Europe, it's very important to reach out to Dubai. So I'm really proud, I'm very honored, and I'm very grateful that we received this award, because it helps us that you come to Lindau. We need you. It's very, very important to get this perspective too. We have it already, but I would prefer to have it more for everybody to learn and to get more knowledge about each other.
We say Mabruk in Arabic. This means congratulations on this award and to many, many more awards in the future. Dr. Jong, what would this award add as assets for your career?
بدكتور شانغ، هذه الجائزة بالنسبة لكم كمهنة، هل يمكن هل لديكم مانع لتكرار ماذا تمثل هذه الجائزة بالنسبة لعملكم الوظيفي؟ هل أضافت أنه من بالغ الفخر لنا للحصول على هذه الجائزة؟ بالنسبة لي أنني أخبركم أننا هنا لا قبل الحصول على درجة الماجستير بأنني فأنا حضرت إلى هنا منذ 6 أعوام. قد حضرت، كنا في بعثة للبنك الدولي، إننا تسلمنا، حضرنا هذه المناسبة بخصوص مناسبة الأمراض المعدية، وهناك أيضا الأمراض، انتشار نقل المعرفة بخصوص الأمراض المعدية، وهل هي أصبحت أكثر مفزعة؟ هل الأمراض التي نعاني منها بالنسبة لي إن لابد أن تقدم أدوية أو معدات طبية يمكن المساعدة في مواجهة هذه الفيروسات. وأيضا وغالبا أن أبلغ طلابي العمل على اكتساب المعرفة وتقديم المعرفة لهذه العالم لتغيير وحماية العالم. وإنني أشعر بالفخر إنني لا يمكن بالنسبة إننا لا نأمل، لا نريد مزيد من الفيروسات. دكتور زونغ من الصين، المتخصص في دراسة الفيروسات وفي المؤسسة البيئية وانتشار هذه الأمراض. نشكر السيدة فرانسيسكا من مؤسسة لينداو
مسبار الأمل، مدير عام مركز محمد بن راشد للفضاء، سعادة سالم المري. مبروك. Congratulations again on this award and to many more successes. حضور الكريم، شكرا جزيلا لكم، شكرا للمتابعة، وإذا طولنا عليكم اعذرونا. Thank you.
Thank you.